So welcome. In this video, I'm going to be guiding you through a practice that is called mother warming. So it's typically done in the postpartum phase within like 2 to 3 days after a woman has given birth. But you can also do it at other times for a variety of different conditions or situations. It's really useful practice for women's health. So if you have painful periods, if you have cysts, fibroids, endometriosis, any sort of adhesions in your womb space, or if there feels like a stuckness, if you have dark blood, or if you have a lot of clotting with your menstrual blood, those would all be really great indications for using this practice. So basically what you do is take a moxa stick or pole, you can call it either of those things. So moxa is an herb, it's also called mugwort, that's its common name, and it's dried and rolled up into different forms. So because I'm an acupuncturist, we use other forms of moxibustion in our treatments. We can make different shapes out of it and use it on top of the needle as well. But this is a practice that anybody can do because it's just lighting this thing on fire and then holding it over certain points. So basically you will, and the reason that I want to show you how to do this, I've over the years explained this to a lot of people, but I've always felt like, man, it would be really helpful to actually show you how it should look when it's fully lit. So because it's pretty big, so it's kind of like an incense stick in that you light it and then you blow it out, but then it stays, the embers stay burning. But the way that it's different is because it's so much larger, in order to ensure that it stays lit, you blow on it like this. And because I've used this one before, there's a little bit of ash left over. But basically, I don't think you'll be able to see on the video, but it should be sort of like orange throughout the entire thing. So it should be evenly orange throughout the entire thing, not just like a certain part that's lit. So that's what the blowing accomplishes, that it gets it kind of burning evenly. So where you'll be burning this over is your lower abdomen. So it's basically like your pubic bone. If you put your hands kind of like here-ish, you can feel that there's a bone here. That's your pubic bone. Then you're familiar with your belly button, I'm sure. And you go kind of like midway between those two areas. And that's where we're going to be focusing the treatment. So if I were actually doing this treatment on myself, I would be pulling my pants down a little bit and pulling my shirt up so that this area would be open and exposed. And then I would be burning the moxa over it. And I'm probably like 3 to 4 inches away from my skin. And I already feel a little bit of a gentle warmth, and that's what you should feel the entire time. It should never feel burning or like a little like bite sort of sensation. If it feels like that, just move a little bit further away because it should not feel like that. It should feel gentle warmth, super cozy, really good. You can also do this during your period. This is the first time that I was ever exposed to moxa before I became an acupuncturist. I happened to have my period and this lovely woman came to my house and gave me a treatment, and she burned moxa over my belly and it felt really, really amazing. So you can do that too. So the other thing to be looking for would be that your skin will get slightly pinkish while you're doing it. And if you're feeling like the area has been warmed, it's getting a little bit pink. It shouldn't be red or rashy looking, but it can be a little bit pink. That would be an indication that the treatment is complete. In general, you can do like 5 to 10 minutes on your lower belly. The other portion of this, you would need like a person to help you basically. It could be anybody, but it's just kind of hard and awkward to do it yourself, but you can also mirror your lower belly on your lower back. So it's basically that same area. If you just kind of put your hand here and then put your hand on your lower back in the same area, you would be burning the moxa over that area as well. So that's what mother warming is, and you can do it as frequently as you like. As I mentioned, you can do it during your bleed, you can do it at the end of your period, you can do it prior to your period coming to help to kind of get things going. It really sort of depends on what your specific situation is. But it's a really great way to check in with your womb, to keep it warm and cozy. Definitely if you're somebody that's wanting to conceive either now or sometime in the future. I had a teacher in acupuncture school that I will never forget. She always used to say that a baby doesn't want to live in a cold house. So the womb, keeping the womb warm and cozy and comfortable is really important if you plan on nurturing a new life in your womb. But it's also really important for you too, to keep that area circulating and feeling really good and taken care of. So that's all I have for you. That is mother warming.